710 ESPN Seattle presents Bob and Groz's One More Thing.
Powered by the law offices of Heidi Hunt.
More Red Sox crap. I know this makes you feel good, Rockstar. The continuing, I don't know what you want to call it, de-evolution, dismantling, destruction.
Crumbling.
Bashing, battering, the 8 years, 2 World Championship Red Sox castle.
Right down the drain.
I mean, it's smoking ruins, and
love it.
Literally daily it gets worse, it seems.
Yeah, well, we had John Lester come out now. Everybody's addressing the situation with, the collapse of the Red Sox, and Tito Francona is out, and Theo Epstein's out. They're all talking about, the stories that are out there. And one of the stories we heard is how, Terry Francona lost control of the clubhouse, and there's beer drinking and chicken in there and all this kind of stuff. And Lester talked about, he says, there's a perception out there that we are up there getting hammered. That wasn't the case. Was it a bad habit? Yes. He says, I should have been on the bench more than I was, but we just played bad as a baseball team in September. We stunk. To be honest, we were doing the same things all season when we had the best record. He says, it was the wrong thing to do. It was a ninth inning rally beer, is what they were calling it. We probably ordered chicken from Popeyes like once a month. That happened, but that's not the reason we lost. And then he talked about Francona. He says, people knew how Tito was, and we pushed the envelope with it. We never had rules. We never had that iron fist mentality. If you screwed up, he called you on it. That's how it worked. I never saw guys purposely breaking rules or doing anything wrong in front of him and rubbing it in his face. But this particular team probably needed more structure.
Well, that's where he goes into, I don't know what you want to call it, idiot mode, moron. Remember they used to call themselves the idiot? Actually, I'm sorry, because that would be, in a Boston context, that'd be a positive thing to say.
Yeah.
And I don't mean it. I mean, now when you get ripped by a guy like Curt Schilling, I'm not necessarily a huge fan of his, justifiably so, I think it really is, because Schilling heard these comments, it was on, and calls the radio station unsolicited about 30 minutes later.
Yeah, never shy to speak.
Never shy to speak, and says, and this is kind of my reaction to it too, kind of boggles my mind that Lester said that, meaning the fact that Tito Francona was too easy on him. There was no leadership whatsoever in that clubhouse. Schilling said on WEI radio, it boggles my mind, he said, because at the end of the day, these are grown men.
Good point.
Right? They all know, you always know if you're doing something questionable or wrong. You don't need a manager to tell you.
Good point again.
Yeah, this is from Curt Schilling of all people. They chose not to correct it because they chose not to correct it. I think some of them are absolutely good enough shape to pitch through September and help them win games, but they didn't take it seriously, and it's on them. It's embarrassing
He's
to
exactly
possibly
right.
put it on a manager. I can't believe it, but he is exactly right.
You hate that he's right.
Well, Curt Schilling, I love it. Let me go on. It's sad. It's embarrassing. It basically says at the age of 29, 30, 31, I need an adult more mature than me to give me rules and guidelines.
That's what it says. That's very well put.
That is really sad, man. That is really sad.
And he's right.
When Curt Schilling is the most mature man in the room, you got big, big problems.
Suck it.